Hi, and welcome to this postnatal yoga introduction video part 2, which is intended for once you are cleared for exercise. As we have told in the previous video, this will take around 6 weeks when you had a natural delivery and around 8 weeks in case of a C-section or pregnancy complications. However, each body reacts differently, so it's recommended to always check with your doctor first. And then if you're not there yet, you can just stick with part 1 of this introduction video. Okay, so for today's class, you'll be needing a block and a bolster or two firm pillows, a yoga strap or a belt, and two blankets or big towels. And then I like to start from a comfortable laying down position. Now you might say, hey, I have rested enough, I like to move, which we will definitely do in a minute. Just bear in mind that you're just starting again, so your body is still recovering and you will need some time to come back to its previous shape. So it's important to start slowly and gradually and establish some good body awareness so you don't injure yourself. Now, that being said, we're going to start by placing one pillow or bolster lengthwise, and then you're going to place the base of the spine in front of the bolster, and then with control, so coming on your forearms, engaging gently the core muscle, you want to lay down on the bolster, and then you can stretch the back of the neck, lifting the spine, creating length in the lower back. And then just to release the lower back, you can also place another pillow or bolster behind your kneecaps, and just making sure that you're comfortable here. By adding in this extra bolster, we are opening the chest and we're giving some extra release for the shoulders that might feel tight after feeding or carrying your baby. Now, if the bolster is not comfortable, you can always take it away and also lay flat on your back. And then we're going to start by bringing the awareness onto the body and just noticing how your body is feeling at this moment. Gently sliding the awareness from the feet all the way up till the crown of the head. Noticing if there's any areas of tension and then trying to release it. And then also during today's practice, try to keep that awareness onto the body, just checking in with your body and especially listening to your body so you don't force yourself. And then whenever something doesn't feel comfortable, you just back off, try a different variation or simply skip it. Now from the body, let's move on to the breath. And also here, we're just going to start noticing how you are breathing at this moment. As without breath awareness, there's no yoga. And then once you're tuned in with your breath, allow it to become deeper, breathing in and out through the nose. And then really trying to fill your lungs, breathing all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. And then feeling how your belly is starting to rise with the inhale and relax with each exhale. Coming to a nice deep abdominal breath. And this is excellent to recharge the body, to relax your mind, and to become more grounded and present for your practice. And also here, throughout the practice, always try to reconnect with the breath, aligning movement with breath and breathing into any area that feels tight. Now let's take one last deep inhalation and one last long exhalation. And then with the next inhale, we're going to start lifting the arms overhead, really stretching out the spine. And then we're gonna warm up the ankle and the wrists by making circles with the feet and the hands to one side and through the opposite side. And then you're going to stretch through the fingers, flexing the feet, pointing the toes, making two fists. Just a few times. And then from there, we're gonna gently walk our feet flat on the mat as we're gonna slide off the bolster. So you gently wanna move the bolster away from you, so you can come to lay flat on your back. And again, very mindfully with control, layering down so you don't hurt your lower back. And then you can push away that other pillow so you can just lay flat on your back. Now we're going to continue by warming up the shoulders. So inhale, scooping the arms overhead. Exhale, sliding the arms beside you. Inhale again, lengthening overhead. Exhale, sliding the floor beside you. One more time. Inhale, circling those arms. And then we're going to change sides. So now inhaling, sliding the floor. Arms go overhead, passing to the front with the exhale. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Circling the arms up. And then exhale, placing the arms beside the body. And then the next inhale, lifting the arms overhead. Exhale, bring your knee to chest, taking your inhale here, and then exhale from your core. You want to bring your chin towards your knee, And then again, bringing that leg down. So inhale again, arms overhead. Exhale, left knee to chest. Take a deep inhale here again from the core. Don't pull on your chin, just move your chin to chest. And then again, inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale here. Exhale, knee, chin to knee. Stretching it out, changing side. Again on the exhale, engaging the core, chin to chest. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhaling here. Exhale, moving chin to knee. And then we're going to hold. So you really want to pressure your lower back into the mat here. And then you can lift that opposite leg just for some extra traction. And then releasing. Inhale, arms go overhead. Changing side. Same thing. Holding the position now. And like this, we're gently toning and awakening those nice deep core muscles, and also those upper abdominal muscles. And then gently layering back down. Inhale again, arms go overhead. Exhale, sliding the arms beside the body. And then if you feel any tension in your neck, you can just make a few circles or just wiggle your head from left to right. And then once more, inhale, arms go overhead, and then bring your knees to chest. And then gently massaging your spine by wiggling the knees from left to right. And then we're going to gently drop the knees to one side so we can slowly push ourselves up, and then coming to seated. And then from there, we're going to do a bit of a counter posture. So we're going to come to child posture. So since we no longer need to avoid the pressure on the belly, we can keep the knees together and release the belly on top of the thighs. And then you can keep your arms to the front, or you can stretch them backwards. So you find a nice release through the shoulders. But here, sometimes if your breasts are sore, you can still keep a bit of opening in between the knees. And then if you have issues with your knees, you can place a bolster underneath your buttocks. And if you have any tension in the neck, or you can't release your head on the floor, you can also place a bolster under your head. And then if child posture is not available for you, you can try puppy pose, bring the hips up, hips aligned with the knees, and then staying on your forearms. And then I'm going to take a nice deep breath here, nice deep abdominal breath, feeling the belly rise against the thighs. And then with the exhale, nicely releasing your back. It's excellent if you suffer from lower back pain. And now with the next inhale, we're going to gently roll ourselves up. And then from there, we want to come to all fours. So starting with a neutral position, aligning the wrist underneath the shoulders. The knees are hip distance apart and nicely under the hips. Make sure you're not sagging to your lower back. And if you feel any tension in your wrist, you can make two fists just to protect your wrists. And then we're going to start with taking a few deep breaths in this neutral position. So inhale as you relax your belly. And then with the exhale, you can gently draw your navel to spine, gently toning and becoming aware of those deeper core muscles. Inhaling, letting the belly relax. And then exhale. Now we're going to start rounding the spine. Inhaling into neutral position. Exhale again, rounding the spine, creating space in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, neutral, relaxing the belly. Exhale. Now you can start again, drawing your navel to spine. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, draw navel to spine. You can even engage your pelvic floor muscles by squeezing those muscles, that area between your pubic bone and your tailbone. So do this a few more rounds, really flowing with the breath. Each inhale, neutral spine. Each exhale, rounding the spine, drawing the navel and squeezing that pelvic floor muscles. And like this, we're nicely warming up the spine, also excellent for lower back pain. And then from there, we want to start engaging the legs. So that next inhale, you stretch back your right leg. Exhale, rounding the spine, moving knee to chest. Inhale, stretching the leg back. Exhale as we round. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, rounding the spine, staying here, pushing the floor away from you. Next inhale, again, holding, stretching the leg back. And then fully optional, you can bring that opposite arm to the front. And then you really want to draw your navel to spine. So you're really protecting your back, and at the same time, we're working on those deeper core muscles. Make sure the back of the neck is nice and neutral, gazing towards the floor, and then hold as long as you feel comfortable while breathing, then releasing the legs. And then we're just going to rest in child posture. So knees together, or if you're a bit sore like me, you can take them a bit more apart. And then you can do few movements with the wrists to release any tension you might hold in the wrists. Deep breath all the way down into the belly, relaxing the abdominals, releasing the lower back. One more deep breath. And then you want to come back to all fours again, walking the hands under the shoulders and doing the opposite side. So inhale, stretching now the left leg back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rounding the spine, knee to chest. Inhale, stretching the left leg back. And then holding here. And then again, fully optional, stretching the opposite arm forward. Again, bracing, hugging your belly towards your spine. Creating that strength along the back. Deeply breathing here. If it's too much, you can come out early. If not, hold a few more breaths. And then again, coming out. Again, coming to child posture, just to relax the abdominals, to release the lower back again. Finding your comfortable position. Just relaxing, breathing here. And again, you can do some wrist movements, releasing the wrists. Let's take one more deep breath, and then we're going to start lengthening the arms forward. We want to start spreading the fingers wide into the mat, and then gently, gently bring the weight into the hands, lifting the hips up and sending them back. Now you want to keep your knees bent just to find length to the spine, coming to a downward dog, actually to lengthen the spine, and then you want to stretch the back of the leg by just walking one foot after the other into the mat. And then making sure you're equally dividing the weight in between the fingers so you're not putting too much pressure on your wrists. If not, you can stay on your forearms, and then you want to gently bend your knees again. Focus on finding length to the spine. You want to rotate the shoulders outwards so there's space in between the shoulder blades. And then you can keep a gentle bend in the knees so you don't over pull your lower back. Deep inhale here. With the exhale, you want to move to a plank position, making sure to keep the hips a bit more up. Exhale again into your downward dog. Inhaling here. Exhale once more. Flowing into plank. If this is too much or you have spread abdominal muscles, just stay into downward dog for now. Don't over pull. And then if it's available, you can hold your plank for a few breaths or just place your knees on the mat just to protect your lower back. And then with the exhale, bending from the elbows, coming to lay on your belly. Now if again your breasts are sore, you can keep on your forearms and stay in a sphinx position. And then from here, we're going to do some strengthening for the back. So you want to bring your arms in front of you. Inhaling, lifting the arms and the legs up. Exhaling back down. Doing this a few more times. So each inhale, lifting both arms, both legs up. See if you can gently lift the thighs off the mat. Inhaling, arms and legs up. Exhale down. Keep on flowing with your breath. And then we're going to prepare to hold. And then you can interlace your hands behind the back, getting an extra shoulder opening here again. Keep the back of the neck neutral. If it's too much, you come out. If not, try to hold. One more deep breath, lifting the chest as high as you feel comfortable, creating all that strength along the back, and then pressing into the hands. You want to come back into your child posture again to relax the lower back. So being comfortable here, keeping the hands to the front or to the back. Relaxing the back, breathing into the back. Nice deep breaths here, making sure there's no more tension, and then gently, gently rolling yourself up, coming back to seated. We're going to continue with a seated forward fold. So we're going to start by stretching the right leg out in front of you, and we want to place the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. And then you want to nicely flex your right foot so the leg is nice and straight. And then we're going to start with lengthening the spine, inhaling, lifting the arms overhead. And then with the exhale, you want to gently move to the front and grabbing wherever you can reach. This can be your thigh, your chin bone, your ankle. No need to go too deep. So you want to really avoid to go for the toes and round the spine. This will only put pressure on your lower back. So if you have lots of pressure on your lower back, you can sit on top of a bolster. Or you can also take your strap or your belt and you can wrap it around the ball of the feet. And like this, you can focus on keeping that length in the spine. You want to roll the shoulders away from the ears, and then you can adjust the strap and go as deep as you feel comfortable. So really feeling the stretch along the back of the leg, in the hamstrings, maybe put in the calf muscles, and make sure you don't feel any pressure in your lower back. If not, adjust. Keep a slight bend in the knee. And then after a while, if you feel space, you can go a little bit deeper, but keeping the length to the spine. So you're really folding from the hips as your belly is moving towards your thighs. And then deeply breathing here into the back of the leg. Making sure you're not putting pressure on your shoulders and that the back of the neck is also nicely neutral. Allowing your body to settle in, and then with the next inhale, arms go overhead, lengthening the spine, and then you want to drop into a twist. So you want to bring your left hand behind your back, and then your right hand is on the outside of that left thigh. And you want to look over your left shoulder, taking a few breaths here, working on the flexibility of the spine. And from this twist, we want to move on to a side stretch. So inhaling, you're going to start lifting the left arm up, and then you want to drop over towards the right side, dropping that left arm beside your ear and finding length from the hip through the shoulder blade until the tip of the fingers. And then if that arm is bothering you, you can also drop it behind your back, whatever is most comfortable. Creating space, opening, and then you can twist your upper ribs a bit more up to get a bit more side stretch. Deeply breathing here into the left side. And then coming out back into our twist. And then inhaling, come to center, lengthening the spine. Exhale, flowing the arms back down. And then we're going to stretch out the left leg. Inhaling and arms go overhead. And then again, grabbing wherever is possible, keeping that left foot flexed. And then either adjusting with a bolster or maybe grabbing your strap. Whatever works on this side. And again, focus. So inhaling, beautiful length along the spine, shoulders away from the ears, and then adjusting the strap. And then just take into account maybe this leg is less or more stiff, doesn't matter, just accept it. And make sure you're focusing on the back of the leg and you keep that spine nicely lengthened, no pressure on your lower back, going as deep as you feel comfortable. Again, bending from the hips, moving your belly towards your thighs, and then deep breaths into the back of that left leg now. And then with the next inhale, again, lengthening the spine, stretching up. Exhale, twisting over towards the right side now, dropping the right arm behind your back, and now the left side is on the outside of that right thigh. Finding your twist here. Grounding the sitting bones into the earth, inhaling, finding length, and then exhale. If you feel space, you can twist a little bit deeper. This is also very good to massage your abdominal organs. And then with the next exhale, you want to fold into that side bend. So dropping the right arm beside your ear, and going as deep as you feel comfortable on this side. Feeling the whole stretch now on the right side of the body, creating space in between the ribs, and then breathing into the space. One more breath, and then dropping back into your twist. And then with the next inhale again, twisting back to the fronts, arms go overhead. Exhale, relaxing the shoulder beside the body. And then we're going to stretch out both legs, and then you want to gently, with control, lower down. So you can do this gradually by coming on your forearms, or with control, stretching your arms in front of you, and then with abdominal control, rolling down vertebra by vertebra until you come to lay on the back. And then you want to stretch out the back of the neck, so the neck is nice and neutral. And then from there, hugging your knees back into your chest, and then you want to stretch out both legs up into the sky. And then from here, we're going to do a little bit of core work. So you want to work on the deeper core muscles and the lower abdominal muscles, but we want to do this carefully. So if the lower back is still a bit weak and also the abdominal muscles, I recommend you to start with your hands underneath your buttocks, because strong abdominal muscles will support the back, but if they're still weak, we can hurt ourselves. So we have to be very careful here. Now we're going to take a deep inhale, and then with the exhale, with control, lowering the right leg until a few inches of the mat. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, changing side, left hand goes down. And you want to flow with your breath. So each exhale, you slowly and gently move that leg down. And this goes with control. So it's very important that you keep your lower back in contact with the earth. So with each exhale, you really brace your core. You pull your navel towards your spine. If you feel that your lower back is lifting, or that you feel any strain in your lower back, you just take a break. You hug your knees into your chest, you move from left to right. If not, we want to do 10 rounds with each leg. And the more slower we go, the more controlled, the more effective this will be for this abdominal work. And then after a while, if you've done this for a few times, a few weeks, you can maybe release your hands under the buttocks and put them beside the body. So again, less is more here. It's very effective if you work very slowly and you work with your breath. So inhaling, exhaling as you engage your core and you lower your leg down. And then you finish up both sides. Again, if it's too much, hug your knees, take a break, and then you can go again. And you can do this first 10 times, and then maybe after a while you can do 3 rounds with breaks in between. So really listen to your body here. And again, work with your breath. Now I'm finishing up my last round. And then I'm going to hug both knees to the chest, releasing the lower back, and then you can massage your back, wiggling from left to right. And now we're going to continue with our bridge posture. So we're going to place both feet flat on the mat, hip distance apart, making sure your fingertips can reach for your ankles. And then with the inhale, you want to lift the hips all the way up. And then from here, you can place a block underneath your sacrum. So either on the flat end, if you have more space like me, you can flip your block, or you can use 1 or 2 stacks of pillows. And then you want to really relax the shoulders away from the ears. You can bring your arms above your head, beside your body, or like me, you can roll in your shoulders and you can maybe even interlace your hands. And like this, you get a bit of a deeper stretch for the shoulders, making sure there's no strain in the neck here. If not, you can just come out. And then we want to really release. Releasing the buttocks into the block, releasing the sacrum into the block. This gives a nice stretch for the lower back, but especially for those abdominal tissues. So that's a nice counter posture after doing some abdominal work. And it's also a nice way to just take a moment to restore, to relax. Letting all tension melt away into the mat, away from the shoulders. Breathing down into the belly. Allowing the body and the mind to relax. Now we're going to come to one last deep inhalation, one long exhalation. And then you want to lift the buttocks up, sliding away the bolster, and once more hugging those knees towards your chest. And then from there we want to finish with the lower back twist. So you want to place your hands in like a cactus pose, so your shoulders are in contact with the earth. The exhale, I want to drop my knees over to the right side. So if you see that your shoulder is lifted or you feel too much strain into your lower back, what you can do is you can just grab a pillow and place it in between your thighs or underneath your knees. So whatever works for you. And then again, you're dropping your knees onto that right side, and then you want to look over your left shoulder, so you get a double twist in the lower back and into the neck area. And we're also going to stay here for several deep breaths, allowing your body to unwind, as this is our last posture. And then while we're there, we releasing those shoulder blades, letting them melt into the earth. We're really relaxing the shoulders here, keeping a nice opening for the chest. And we can bring some awareness into our lower back, sending our breath into that lower back, feeling that nice opening there. Releasing through the thighs, into the bolster, into the mat. And then we also want to stay present. So if your mind is wandering, that's fine. Just when you're aware of it, gently bring it back onto the sensations into the body and onto your breath. And then coming to one last deep breath on this side. And gently, slowly bring your knees back to center. Again, shifting the hips and now dropping our knees onto the left side as you look over your right shoulder. And same thing here. Find your adjustment. Sometimes one side is a bit more tight, so you might want to add a bolster. Maybe here you want to slide away the bolster. Just find what works and then just lay still. Again, making sure the back of the shoulders are in contact with the earth so you can release them. Also checking with your lower back. And then just being present, enjoying posture, enjoying this moment, being with the breath. And once more, allowing your body and your mind to fully release and relax on this side. Coming to one last deep inhalation, one long exhalation. And then again, bring the knees to center, removing the bolster. One more time, hugging your knee to your chest. Any last movements before we're going to move into our Shavasana, our final relaxation. And then I'm going to give you two options. So the easiest way from here is just to stretch out the legs, and then you can add a bolster underneath the knee pits just to have a bit of extra release for the lower back, and then your arms are spread out. So again, you can be comfortable and lay still. Or you can try this mountain brook posture if you're like me. You have a bit of pain in the upper back and the neck from feeding and holding your baby. So you're going to place one rolled blanket in the back of the neck, one folded blanket underneath the shoulders. Your arms are in that cactus position, and again, I'm keeping a bolster behind my knee pits just to release my lower back. So wherever you are comfortable, that is most important. Laying still so your body can absorb the effects of your practice. And you can stay anywhere from 5 up till 10 minutes. While you're here, you can scan your body slowly and mindfully from the feet till the crown of the head, just exploring and relaxing each and every part of the body. Once you've done that, you can relax your mind, relax your heart, being present and just enjoying your final relaxation as long as you like. I'm going to leave you here. And then, as I mentioned in the first part of this video, if you want to know more about postnatal yoga, you can check out the link below to download my free postnatal yoga guide that has lots of tips for your practice. And then you can also check out my other projects. So for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you for watching it. Namaste.